Meeting on the afternoon
You've got a meeting this afternoon.
with my class about the problem in class currently.
Okay. What, do you have a meeting after this lesson?
No, I've already got it.
Oh, you've already had
I
already
had
had
I
already
already
had a
had.
meeting. Okay. Okay. So you're a little bit tired. All right.
Yeah.
Well, nice to have you here anyway. Who else can I see? Zung Ha. Hello, Zung Ha.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Good to see you. Hello, Paula. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
How is your teaching going? Now you're a teacher,
Yes, no, but I just have two students,
right? Just two students. That's a
And
good way to start.
they're a bit slow.
They're a bit slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll do a great job. You're going to be a great teacher. I know.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. I know so. I know you'll be. Hello, Hakan.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Who else have we got? I can see Tone. Hello, Tone.
Um,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, and who else can't I see? Who else? So I've got Hakan, I've got Zung Ha, Chao Gyang. Hello, Chao Hyang, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Good, good.
Thank
We missed you last week.
you. Actually, on last week I was taking part in, but maybe you were teaching, so you didn't.
Ah, right. Did you join the class a little bit later? Maybe I didn't see you at the start.
Yes,
Okay, okay. Well, I'm glad I can see you now. Hello, Mrs. Ha. How are you? I can't hear you. Sorry. I think your microphone is on mute.
Okay, because I need
Okay,
to turn off my microphone.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
All right. So how many have we got this afternoon so far? So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I think enough.
6, 7, and Knock has just come.
Everyone.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Hello, Knock. Bow Knock.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, let's get started, everyone. I know some of you are a little bit tired, so I don't want you to get too bored and fall asleep. So I will show you what we are doing today. So it's all mostly writing today, mostly writing. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, I've got a short test for you shortly, then we're going to review last week's new vocabulary. Then we're just going to run through the writing test again. Just want to make sure, I know some of you already know this, but I just want to make sure everybody knows how the writing test actually works and how you get marks for it, what the examiner is looking for. We're going to look at another bar graph, and then we're going to be practicing the structure of task 2, the essay. And I think that will easily fill up the next 90 minutes. And I'll also get you, because Mrs. Ha thinks I should give you some homework, which is a very good idea. So I'm going to get you to finish off the writing structure for homework. But I will tell you more about that as we go. So first of all, we're going to look at today's test, which is, when I can find it, where is it? Okay, you should all be able to see writing test number 4. This is using verbs to describe trends. All right, so these are all very useful words to know, so you can use them in your writing. These are all very useful verbs to know. So that's why we're going to spend a little bit of time on this. So you will see that there are 14 verbs there. They all go into these sentences. I can't remember actually if you use some of them more than once, maybe you do. But however, the idea is that you should be able to use all of them. Should be able to use all of them. So I will give you just a couple of minutes to look at this, and then we will go through it. So, Mrs. Ha, how was your class earlier this afternoon?
Yes, it's okay. It's normal. Yeah, nothing special, but yeah, no, because Jack is busy today, so he has a cover teacher.
Oh, you had a different teacher.
Yeah. She's from North Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was she? Was she any good?
Yeah, she's okay, but a little bit, she speaks a little bit soft.
Speaks a little bit short. What she doesn't mean
Soft,
she.
soft, not loudly, you know.
Oh, okay. Oh, soft.
Yeah, soft.
Soft.
Yeah.
Soft. So she speaks softly. Speaks
Yeah.
quite softly.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is wrong with Jake? Oh, he's just busy. So he's not sick. He's just busy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And did you find out what happened to your niece this afternoon, Bao Lin?
Did you
Hello,
share?
Mrs. Ha.
No, I don't think you share. Yeah. Did you share the screen?
Yes, it says here I've shared the screen. Can't anyone see it?
Yeah, because you didn't share. You just share only the desktop.
Right. So they can't see the.
No.
Hang on. I'll start again.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, we'll start again. Okay, can you see that?
No, it's okay now. Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for telling me.
me.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought they could already see it. That's why I was spending time talking to you. So
Okay.
while they are reading this. Okay, everyone. Sorry about that. Sorry if you couldn't see the screen. So just quickly again, you will see here there are 14 verbs. These words are all words you should know, all right, and you should be able to use easily by now, I hope. If not, then these are the words you need to learn, because these are words you use to describe trends. What I mean by trends is when you're talking about graphs or tables or pie charts, you need to use these words to describe changes that you see. Changes in the graphs, changes in the tables, changes in the pie charts. Okay, so all these words are very useful. And I just need to make sure you are using them correctly. So this is a good chance to re-familiarize yourself with them. So please just take a minute or so to take a look at these sentences and decide which one goes into each gap. And hopefully you should be able to use all 14 of them at least once. So Mrs. Ha, what happened to Bao Lin? Another 30 seconds, everybody. As I say, you should be able to use all 14 at least once. Some of them you can use more than once. All right. So don't feel just because you've used a word once, you can't use it again. You can for this exercise. Okay, I'll start with you, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, can you please read for me the first sentence?
The population of the city to a high of 2.8 million in 2018.
Okay, so what is the missing word?
Rose.
Correct. Rose. Okay, Rose is correct. Rose is number one. Thank you, Michael. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Zung Ha, can you read number two, please?
For the chart, we can see that expenditure on IT had increased rapidly.
Very good. Good reading too. We can see, S-E-E. See is the missing verb. Number three, please, Paula.
So if the inflation rate has dropped to its lowest point in 10 years.
That is one word. What is another one? That is correct, Paula. What is another one you can use? There is one more.
Has fallen.
Correct. Well done. So you can use either dropped or fallen for number three. Okay, dropped or fallen for number three. Thank you, Paula. Hakan.
Well, number four, we can
Number four.
use describe or show. Shows.
For number four, you can use
Describe or shows.
I don't think describes is quite right. Shows is correct. Okay, shows is correct. So charts don't describe something. Okay, words generally describe something, but not charts don't describe something. So there is another word that's correct.
Illustrate.
So, yes, illustrates, or another one. There's actually another one I've got.
Yeah, I see illustrate and shows.
Yes, illustrates and shows. There is one more.
You see one more show without S?
There is one more. There is one more. No, not shows that in this. So shows, illustrates.
Compares.
Yes, it is. Compares. The chart compares the amount of water consumed per person in each area. So there are three that can go in space number four. All right. Compares, shows, illustrates. Okay. Thank you, Hakan. Tone, number five. Number five.
So the diagram for 2.4 shows life of 5 circles of a butterfly.
That is correct. There's one more. One more.
Illustrate.
Correct. Well done. Excellent, Tone. This is good. You guys are going very well on this. You are picking them all. Chao Giang.
Yes.
Number six, please. Number six. There are two words that can go in here, by the way. Two words.
The results of the survey. So,
Yes, one more. There's one more.
illustrate.
Not illustrate. Results of the survey, not illustrate in this case. That is not the best word. Give you a clue, begins with S.
C.
The results of
C.
the survey C that most people know. That doesn't make
Show or
sense.
shows.
No, you've already got show. Okay.
Show or shows.
Show or one, there's one more though, starts with S.
Shows. But
No.
with
What is the other verb that you can see there in the list that begins with S? It's not shows or show. It's not see. So there's only one more word left. What is it that begins with S?
suggest.
Suggest, yes. The results of the survey suggest that most people are dissatisfied with public transport. Okay, so suggest is actually quite a useful one. So suggest is similar to shows, but it is a little less strong. Okay, if you use the word like shows, it means the results of the survey definitely show something, definitely prove something. But if you use the word suggest, you can use it when you're not too sure about something, but it's still useful. Okay, thank you. Knock. Number 7, knock.
The percentage of households without a phone fell from 23% to just 4%.
Correct. And there is one more verb can go in there.
I
Yes.
think it
Yeah.
is lowered.
Not lowered. That is not quite the correct one in this case. What is that? What is another synonym for fell in that list of verbs?
Reduce.
No, keep going.
Drop.
Yes, dropped. Okay, so fell and dropped are synonyms. They both mean something has happened very suddenly. So in this case, fell or dropped, okay, means a big gap. So you can see from the percentages, 23% to 4% is quite a big drop. Okay, so dropped or fell are the ones. Reduced is not quite right. Reduced means something that is only changed a little bit. All right, as does lowered. Lowered just means a little bit. So for this one, which is quite a dramatic difference between the figures, you need a word like dropped or fell. All right, thank you, Knock. Michael. Number 8, Michael.
To address the climate crisis, we all need to reduce the amount of energy we consume.
Correct. And I think reduce is the only one that can go in
I
there.
also think so.
Yeah, me too. You are quite right, Michael. Well done. All right, Zung Ha.
The amount will increase further, reaching 6 million in 2030.
Correct. Good reading too, by the way. That's exactly right. 2030. And yes, the verb you chose is correct. Reaching. Reaching is the only one that will fit in there. And the last one for you, please, Paula.
Raised.
Or
Reduce.
Yes, I will accept that. And there's another one then.
Going up or going down.
You decide. you choose. So you've got raised, you've got reduced. There is one more, another synonym.
Degree.
rows.
What do you think, Paula? There's one more. So you've got raised so far, you've got reduced.
Lowered.
Yes, lowered, lowered.
Okay.
Raised, reduced, or lowered. So it can go either way. That sentence can either go up or down with that one, the verbs fit. So I wouldn't use, you could use dropped as well, actually, has dropped interest rates. Okay, so there's actually 4. You could also say dropped would also fit in there. All right, thank you, everyone. You did very well at that. So I'm glad you can use those words. So again, these are words, and if you are unsure or you've forgotten some of them, please write them down, because these words are all very useful synonyms for describing the changes that you see in the graphs and charts and tables that they use for task 1. Okay, and these, by the way, are all pretty much all the words you need. Okay, there are a few more, but if you know these ones, at least you know the basics. So again, if you don't know some of these or you've forgotten some of them, please write them down. Any questions? All right. Okay, so what are we doing now? We're going to, yes, review last week's vocabulary. Actually, I was going to get you to write a sentence, but instead I will get you to speak it to me. Otherwise, it will take too much time. All right, can everybody see this sheet of the words? Or I'll put it the other way. Can anybody not see the words that we studied last week? Attain, criteria, participate, dedicate, and pastimes. There were actually more words than this, but these are the main ones. These are the ones I think you should know. Okay, so I'm going to get quickly, just to go around, to get each of you to give me a sentence using each of these words. Again, I will just remind you quickly, or I don't need to, because you can see there what the meanings of the words are.
I cannot see your screen.
You can't see the screen again, right?
Yes.
Actually, it's the words, not the screen.
Yeah, I
can't
can see
I can see the words.
the word.
You can't see the words?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll go back again and try again. Okay, can you see the words now?
Yes, I can see now.
Good. All right. So as I was saying, so I'm going to get each of you to use these words in a sentence. All right, one at a time. Okay, so I will start with you, please. Hakan. Hakan.
Hello.
Hello, Hakan. Can you please use the word attain for me in a sentence?
You mean I have to sing the sentence with the word attain?
Correct. That's what I need.
Okay.
I was going to get you to write this, but it will take too long, and I want to get on to other writing. So I'll just get you to tell me one, if you can think of one.
I attain to let me think. I attain to go fried chicken in KFC.
Get, or it's not quite the way to use attain. Attain means to get or achieve something. So for example, I'll give you an example for this one, okay? And then I'll try to get you to think of another one. I want to attain a score of 7 in the Ielts test.
Oh, like that.
Okay, so use it like that. So can you think of another one?
Okay, so if I have a good score in the next test, I might attain a smartphone. A smartphone.
Okay, excellent. Yes, correct. Correct. That's how you use it. Well done, Hakan. Tone, please. Same word, attain.
Attain. If I win this match, I will attain the championship.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Remember, this doesn't have to be a complicated sentence, just a simple sentence. I just want to check that you know how to use these words. Thank you, Tone. Chao Kiang.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the word is attain, Chao Kiang, which means to get or achieve something. Can you please try use it in a sentence for me?
Um,
So for example, something like, think of something you want to get or achieve. Achieve is actually probably a better synonym than get. You can't really say, I'm going outside to attain an ice cream. Okay, it doesn't really work like that.
my sentence is
Nói to lên
Sorry,
nữa,
you can't.
Chứ Giang nói to lên. Talk loudly, please.
my sentence is I want to get the highest scores in my class on the next years, and I try to attain that by hard working.
Yeah, very good sentence,
Rồi, đúng
long
rồi.
one.
Gọi.
Very good. I want to attain that by, and the only thing was wrong was the last two words should be the other way, should be a little bit different, by working hard.
Yes.
Okay, Chao Kiang? So not hard working in this case, in this context. If you're going to use it in that sentence, you need to say working hard. I want to attain this by working hard. Or you could say, I want to attain this by hard work. Okay, a little bit tricky, I know, but that's the way in that particular sentence, those words work. But good sentence. Thank you, Chao Giang. Nok, please, attain.
I'm here.
Yes, no.
So
Attain.
I will I want to attain a high score in IELTS writing.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to attain a high score. Okay, that's fine. That works fine. Thank you, Nok. All right. It is not a this is not a difficult word, but it's one that is useful knowing. It's a good academic word. Okay. Michael.
Let me think. No effort that we make to attain beautiful thing is ever lost.
Sorry, Michael, I couldn't hear that. Can you repeat it, please?
Okay, I'll repeat. No effort that we make to attain beautiful things is ever lost.
Wow, that's a great sentence.
Yeah.
It's superb, Michael. Well done. No effort we make to attain beautiful things is ever lost. That's the sort of thing you should have in a book, Michael. Very good. Well done.
Wow.
Okay, thank you, Michael. That is the best sentence so far. Okay. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, your turn. Attain.
I want to attain the first place on the sport festival.
Okay, I want to attain in this sentence, so you use it correctly, Zung Ha. That's good. In that sentence, no, you don't need the. Okay, you can actually leave the out. So you would say, I want to attain first place. I want to attain first place. If you put in the, okay, it's not really wrong, but it's not what a native speaker would say. All right, I want to attain first place. I want to attain second place. Okay, I don't want to attain last place. So you don't need to have the. All right, thank you, Zung Ha. Paula.
I have successfully attained my New Year's resolutions that I made
Ah.
at the beginning of the year.
Okay, Paula, you get extra mark for using a different form of the word. Okay, well done. Okay, you might have heard Paula said she attained. She attained. Okay, that's how you use it in past tense. So thank you, Paula. That's very good. So Paula, because that was very good, you get to be the first one to do the next one. All right. Okay, otherwise you'll be waiting for another 5 minutes. Okay, so criteria. Paula, this one I know is a little bit harder.
Is that a standard? It's just a standard.
Yeah, a standard. Yeah, this one is a little bit harder. I won't spend too much time on this because it's a little bit harder, this one, but it's useful to know this word. It's a good academic word. Okay, so for example, the criteria to join this class is to get an A in my English test. All right, so that is a sentence. The criteria to join this class is to get an A in my English test. So that's the standard. So can you think of another sentence?
The criteria.
Yeah.
Could we use like a singular form, or we just need to use?
Ah, that is a very good question. It can be singular or plural, this word.
Okay.
One of those.
Okay. The criteria for applying this job is that you need enough qualifications.
Yes, that's great. Very good, Paula. Okay, well done. Okay, the criteria for applying for this job is that you need, I can't remember exactly what you said, you need the correct qualifications.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could say something like the criteria for applying for this job is a medical degree. Okay.
Okay.
The criteria for applying for this job. Okay, criteria, everyone, just means the standard you have to reach. All right, I don't want to spend too much more time on this, so I'll go straight to the next word. Criteria is something you won't come across all that often, but it's a very useful word to know, a good academic word, as I say, and you will quite often see it written down. Okay, so Hakan.
Here.
Yeah, participate, Hakan, participate.
Because I like because I like playing video games. I participate in a game club.
Okay, yes, that's fine. Okay, very good, Hakan. By the way, you don't have to use this exact word in your sentence. Like Paula did before, you could use participated, all right, if you want to use past tense, or participates. I don't mind. I just want to hear you use the word. Thank you, Hakan. Tone, please.
Participate.
Yes, participate.
Last yesterday I participated in a meeting.
Sorry, what was the last word, Tone? I didn't hear the last word.
Meeting.
Ah, I participated in a meeting. Excellent. Very good. Perfect. Thank you, Tone. Okay, Chao Giang.
Yes.
Okay, your turn. Participate. Remember, which means to join or take part in something.
I used to participate in a competitions, and there were strict criteria to win the first prize.
Okay, that's fine. I used to participate in a competition. That's good. That's all I need to know. That's good. Thank you, Chao Giang. All right, Nok.
Yes.
All right, Nok, participate.
I participated in many extracurricular activities when I was in grade 10.
Excellent. Excellent sentence. Participated. Thank you, Nok. Okay, Michael.
I would love to participate in a voluntary team.
That's great. It's perfect use of the word participate. That's great. So I'm glad you understand that. Okay, Michael, I'm going to give you the next one as well, please. I just want to give one example of this. Dedicate. So dedicate means to give your time to something. I will give you an example. I want to pass this exam, so I'm going to dedicate 2 hours a day to study. Okay, that's my sentence. Can you give me one, please, Michael?
Give me a minute to think.
Yes, sure.
Hmm.
A few more seconds, Michael. See if you can do this.
Okay. Let me see. This piece of art is my most dedicated uh, features in my entire life. Is the most dedicated feature that I have ever spent.
Sorry, can you give me the sentence again, please? I didn't quite
Okay.
hear it.
This piece of art is
Yes.
my most dedicated features I have ever made.
Okay, that's good. Another example, I will get on to the next word, I think now. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I would like to dedicate this statue to my former teacher. All right, is another use of the word dedicate. I would like to dedicate this statue. So dedicate means to give something, either your time or give something to someone. I would like to dedicate this statue to my former teacher, is another sentence. Okay, Zongha, last one. I'll get all of you to do this last one, by the way. Pastimes is simply a synonym for hobbies. Okay, can you give me, Zongha, a sentence with pastimes?
My pastime is to play games and read novels.
Okay, so you would say you usually need to use another adjective with it. That's the only thing if you're going to talk about games and reading novels. So you would say something like, my favorite pastimes are to play games and read novels. All right, Paula, pastimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pastimes, please, Paula.
Watching television is a popular pastime in America.
Very good. Hakan, pastimes.
Pastime.
Remember, it's a synonym for hobbies.
Well, I can use that now, right? It is now, right?
Yes.
So I have a pastime is that doing exercise.
Okay, sorry, what was the sentence again? Just want to make sure you're
Well,
using it correctly.
I think my pastime is doing exercise.
Again, you would
Yeah,
see my hobby is doing exercise. My pastimes, it's a little bit not
yeah, it's
quite.
weird, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bit weird. You would need to say, like I was saying earlier, you need almost another, if you're going to use it that way, you need another adjective in front of pastimes. And a common one is favorite. My favorite pastime is doing hobbies.
Oh,
Sorry, my favorite pastime is doing exercise. My favorite pastime is doing exercise.
oh, okay.
Okay, my favorite pastime is doing exercise. So it's a little bit different from hobbies, just a little bit. Tone, please.
My favorite pastime is watching TV.
Okay, in that case, pastimes, as you can see, is a plural noun. So if you want to use it that way, if you're only going to give one pastime, then of course you need to take the S off it. Okay, so my favorite pastime is watching TV. Okay, so pastimes is plural. So then you would need to mention more than one hobby. Thank you, Tone. Chao Giang.
Yes.
Okay, pastimes.
In holiday, my favorite pastimes usually is traveling to a new city.
Okay. When I'm on holiday, okay, is how you need to start that sentence. When I'm on holiday, my favorite pastime is traveling to a new city. Okay, so the word pastimes is plural, so you would need to mention more than one hobby. So if you're going to say pastimes, Chao Kiang, you would need to say, when I'm on holiday, my favorite pastimes are traveling to a new city and eating ice cream. Okay, you would need to mention two if you're going to use pastimes, but you can use it as a singular for one hobby. Thank you, Chao Kiang. And the last one, Nok.
Yes.
Hello, Nok. Yes,
Yes.
Nok. Pastimes.
Okay. So Vietnam is a country. No, Vietnam is a country of wide open spaces with good facilities that make outdoor pastimes easy to enjoy.
Wow, that's very good, Nok. Excellent sentence. Very good. Very good. Several different phrases in that sentence, and they all made sense. Very good, Nok. That is perfect. Okay, well done. Okay, thank you, everyone. So again, just before we get off, these words are worth knowing, okay, to increase your vocabulary. Attain, to achieve something. Criteria is a standard you normally need to, is a synonym for a standard you need to achieve, to get something, okay? The criteria for playing on the basketball team is being very tall. Okay, so criteria refers to a standard that you need to achieve. Participate just means to join or take part in something. Dedicate means to give your time or give something to someone. All right, and pastimes is just a synonym for hobbies. Okay. All right. So what we are going to do now, just remind myself, is we're going to go very quickly through the writing test, the basics, all right? And again, as I was saying, I think most of you are familiar with this, but just to make sure that everyone is familiar with this, I will again remind you before we start on the writing tasks. Okay. So again, who said before they couldn't see this? All right, Nok.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Nok. Can you see the screen, the writing test?
Yes, I do.
Good, thank you. I just want to check just to make sure. All right, I will go very quickly through this first part, then I will get one of you to read the rest of it for me. So the writing test, the academic writing test, lasts for 60 minutes. There are two tasks. You spend 20 minutes on task one, which means you spend 40 minutes on task two. And task two is worth twice as many marks as task one, which is why you spend 40 minutes on it, while task one you only spend 20 minutes on. All right, task one, again, I'm just summarizing this because I'm sure most of you know it. You have to write 150 words in 20 minutes about a graph, diagram, table, or chart. All right, that is task one. Task two, in which you have 40 minutes to do so, you write 250 words, a short essay to a topic, either a point of view, an argumentative essay where you give your opinion about something. Okay, the point of view one is generally you give both sides and then give your opinion. The argumentative one, you just give an opinion. All right, a problem solution essay is where you suggest solutions to a problem. Okay, those are generally the 3 types of essay you will get. Okay, so this is worth spending just a little bit of time on, just to remind you of why we are concentrating on the things we do in these lessons. All right, so you have to accurately describe the task. All right, if you write fewer words than 150, the examiner will take marks off you. All right, and task 2, your ideas should be supported by evidence. If you're asked to come up with opinion, then you have to, of course, say why. You may use examples from your own experience, okay, but you must write at least 250 words, not more than about 270. All right, now for both tasks, you are judged on these criteria. Here's the use of that word, useful word for this. You are judged on these criteria for both tasks. One is how fluent your message is, how well you've organized the organization, how well you link the paragraphs. All right, paragraphs should be logical. And by logical, I mean either task 1 or task 2 should have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Actually, conclusion doesn't usually apply to task 1, but definitely to task 2. All right, so it has to be, your writing has to be logically organized. Lexical resource, all that means is your vocabulary. How many words can you use? Can you maybe use words like attain and participate, which are more formal academic words? Okay, so you get marks for your lexical resource, how many words you know, your grammatical range and accuracy, that you don't break any grammar rules, of course, that you are aware of the correct tense to use. All right, and now, very quickly, again, I will just get each of you to read one of these paragraphs. I will start with you, please. Michael.
Yep.
Please read
Timing.
read paragraph 1 for me.
Timing is very important. Do spend enough time planning your answers and gathering your ideas before starting to write. If your writing is well planned, you will be able to write more quickly and stop less frequently to think about what to write next.
Thank you, Michael. Good reading. Okay, so remember, timing is important, but you do need, in the essay especially, to spend a few minutes just writing a plan. And that's what we're going to be looking at, by the way, very shortly, how to make a plan. All right. Okay. Next one, please, Zung Ha. Next paragraph.
Try to avoid sure that you do not repeat the same idea too often. Explore different
sorry, wrong
ideas.
paragraph. Zung Ha, wrong paragraph.
Try to avoid repeating the same words, phrase, and ideas too often. Try to use a range of vocabulary.
Try to use a range of vocabulary. That's correct. Paula, number 3, please. Paragraph 3. Hello, Paula. Paula's disappeared. Okay, hopefully she'll come back.
I forgot to unmute my mic.
Okay.
Okay.
Paragraph 3, please.
Try to make sure that you do not repeat the same idea too often. Explore different ideas to provide a well-balanced response.
Thank you, Paula. So all that means is that in your essay, you must have maybe 2 or 3 ideas, if you can, just not one idea. All right. Hakan, from word count.
Word count is important. You lose mark if you write fewer than the required number of words. If you write a lot more words, the examiner will not assess them, and this will be time wasted.
Okay, good. So all that means is you must, if it says write 150 words, write around about 150 words. Okay. not less, and certainly not too much more. Okay, Tone, next one, please. Allow time.
Allow time at the end to check your answer for careless mistakes. Check for mistakes in spelling, subject-verb agreement, singular or plural nouns, and tense.
That's great. Thank you, Tone. Chao Giang. Chao Giang.
Yes.
Do not. Okay. Please read me the paragraph starting do not.
Do not simply copy words and phrase from the question paper. Try to use your own words by paraphrasing the questions.
Okay, so just a couple of pronunciation things. This word here is simply. Do not simply copy words. Okay, it's an adjective. It means do not just copy the words. Do not simply copy words. And this one here, of course, is paraphrasing, which we're going to do a little bit of shortly. Okay, Knock, please. Stay, Knock.
Okay, stay on topic. Always ask yourself as you write. For example, am I answering the question?
Good. Okay, and it's okay when you're reading things like e.g., you can just say e.g. Knock. That's okay. You don't need to say, for example. You can if you want, of course. Either one is correct. So you can either say e.g. or for example. Okay, Michael. If you, Michael.
Problems with timekeeping. Consider doing task task 2 before task 1. Task 2 carries twice as many marks.
Okay, so you don't have to do it in the order it says on the exam paper, all right? Most of the time you will, all right? But you can, if you think you can do task 1 quickly, but task 2 looks a bit hard, you can start task 2 first, and spend a bit more time on it because it has twice as many marks. Okay, Zong Ha, do not.
Do not waste your time memorizing essays or model answers to use in the test. Examiners are trained to spot pre-prepare answers and you will lose marks.
Correct. Okay, so it's not worth, don't try to memorize essays word for word and then try to repeat it. Okay, because often examiners will be able to see a change in your writing if you are using things that you might have memorized from somewhere else. Okay, so it's not worth trying to memorize things. Better just to compose it at the time. All right, thank you everyone for your reading. Just one thing, by the way, that has occurred to me. I know some of you will be doing the Ielts test in the next few months, and I did this with my earlier class. I just want to remind you about one thing. In the speaking test, if you don't understand the word in the topic you are asked to speak about, okay, you can ask the examiner what it means, and they will tell you. For example, I did hear of a case where a student was asked to speak about celebrations. He thought celebrations meant celebrity, okay? Two different things. Obviously, celebration is something like a birthday party. Celebrity is someone who is famous, but the student misread the word, all right? And he gave his whole speech about celebrity instead of celebration. And so he didn't get any marks at all because he didn't talk about the topic. All right, so if you are at all uncertain about, this is in the speaking test, if you are at all uncertain about the word, the key word in the topic, you can ask the examiner to tell you. Don't just try and guess. You can ask the examiner, what does this mean? All right, and they will have to tell you. Okay, all right. So again, very quickly, enough talking almost, because I want to get on to some writing for the last 30 minutes. All right, so I will actually go down to task 2 because that's what we're going to be working on mostly tonight. So task 2, you need an introduction, clearly divided paragraphs, and a conclusion. All right. Don't make your introduction too long. Any opinion you give, try and give some evidence. All right. Always end your essay with a conclusion, which is usually a summary of your key points and your final viewpoint. These essays, by the way, you might think they're a little bit difficult, but they're not too hard. They always follow the same framework. The framework is an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion, always. All right, introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. All right, so it's there. The framework isn't too difficult. And make sure you leave time at the end to go back through your essay and look for any simple grammar or spelling mistakes. Very easy when you're in an exam to make mistakes. So please leave a little bit of time to check your work. And again, I emphasize that task 2 has double the marks of task 1. So make sure you spend more time, double the time on task 2 than you do on task 1. All right, are there any questions about any of that? All right. Enough talking from me and from you. So what we're going to look at now is just quickly back to our task 1 graph. All right, this should be very easy to read. So I'm not even going to give you time to do this. I'm just going to ask you the questions and you can work it out as you go. This time I'm going to start the other way around. Knock. Question 1, please. Hello, Knock.
I'm here.
Okay, Knock. Question 1, please. This chart shows what?
The chart shows the number of students.
Yes.
Uh,
Doing what?
who are interested in different subjects.
Yes. Yes, that's a good enough answer. The number of students you see here who are interested in different subjects. Okay. And the number of students you can see here. That's good, Knock. Thank you. All right. Chao Giang.
Yes.
Okay, Chao Giang. This is the x-axis. Okay. This is the y-axis. What does the x-axis show?
The x-axis shows the
Yes, the x-axis shows the
quantity of students who study.
Yes, it is this you are looking at, Chao Giang. Okay. The x-axis shows the number of students, okay, who, what is the rest of the sentence?
Who study subject in the y-axis.
The x-axis, that you are on the right track, but it is not quite correct, Chao Giang. So the x-axis shows the number of students who actually tone.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at question number 2. All right. The x-axis shows the number of students who. What is the rest of the sentence?
The x-axis.
Yep.
So
shows the number of students who.
I think the x-axis shows different subjects.
Okay. What is a word? What is a word that we just studied about 10 minutes ago that you can use in here?
Mm,
The x-axis shows the number of students who, I'm thinking of a word beginning with P,
pastime.
not pastime, not pastime, but what's the other word beginning with P?
T.
A word meaning take part.
Oh, participate.
Yes, correct. The x-axis shows the number of students,
Who participate in
yes, in,
different subjects.
correct. Well done, Tone. That's exactly right. The x-axis shows the number of students who participate or participating in different subjects. These are subjects, obviously. Okay, Chao Giang.
Yes.
Okay, so do you understand Chao Giang?
Yes.
Yeah, it's important you understand this because this is the sort of thing they will ask you in task 1, and you need to understand what it shows in English. So the x-axis shows the number of students participating or who participate in each subject. Or in, how many subjects are there? 7 different subjects. Okay, Chao Giang, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
The x-axis shows the number of students who participate in 7 different subjects. Okay, thank you, Chao Giang. Okay, Tone. I'll come back to you, Tone.
Yeah.
The y-axis shows.
So the
This one is easy.
number
The number of what?
of students.
Ah, no. No, Tone. This is easy.
Mm,
The x-axis shows what?
the x-axis is a vertical one, right?
The x-axis is this one.
Oh, I thought it.
Sorry, the y-axis. Sorry to confuse you. We're up to number 3, the y-axis.
I thought the y-axis is a vertical one.
Shows, what did you say, Tone?
I thought the y-axis is a vertical.
No, sorry, the x-axis is the vertical one. Okay, y in this case is horizontal. All right.
So
the y-axis
7
shows
different subjects.
correct. Correct. The y-axis shows 7 different subjects. That is correct. Well done. Okay, Hakan.
Hello.
Hello, Hakan. Please answer question 4 for me.
The most student favorite subject is math.
Correct. Paula.
About 90 students enjoy science the most.
Correct. Sung Ha, number 6.
100 students enjoy PE the most.
Correct. Who's next? Michael.
Yes.
Number 7.
Can you sorry. The smallest section shows the amount of students, the number of students.
Yes.
Favorite subjects as technology.
Can you say the sentence again, please, Michael?
The smallest section shows the student's favorite subject, technology, as technologies.
The smallest section shows the number of students
Favorite subjects as technologies.
whose subject, that's not quite correct English. I think it'd be better to say the smallest section shows the number of students. You could say participating in technology.
Oh.
Okay, remember participating means taking part. And I think and that's why participating is a very useful word, because it means you can use just one word instead of two. So instead of saying taking part in technology, you say participating in technology. Or there's another way of saying it too. There are several ways. The smallest section shows the number of students who take technology or who do technology. Okay, thank you, Michael. Knock.
Yes.
All right, easy question for you, Knock. Number 8.
There are approximately 110 students who like history.
Correct. Good sentence too, Knock. Correct English. That's very good. Okay, and Chao Giang, last one for you. Number 9, Chao Giang.
The two subjects
What
make up
two subjects? Yeah, what two subjects make up 200 students? How is your math, Chao Giang? What two subjects make up 200?
maybe
That's okay. You can take a moment to think about this. About, doesn't have to be exact. What do you think? Two subjects.
maybe PE and science.
PE and science. I think there's a better one. I think there's a better pair. PE and science is close. Maybe, what do we think here? I'm looking at history and science. I think is better, Chao Giang. Do you agree, Chao Giang? So history is how many? How many is history?
It's just more than.
So about what number? Yeah, about what number? So you can see, give me a number, please, Chao Giang.
Maybe 110.
Correct, 110. How many is science?
It's nearly 90.
Yeah, okay, so 110 and 90, okay, 200. All right, do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so history and science are the two that are closest. They're pretty close to 200. Okay, thank you everyone for doing that. So the reason we're doing this, of course, is to make sure that you know how to read a bar chart or bar graph like this. So when you see one in a test, obviously you need to work out what each axis shows. Usually the x-axis is the vertical, the y-axis is the horizontal, okay? And you need to know what each one is showing, all right? And then you need to look at what the information, what the information is actually showing you in the graph, because then you can write about it. And these are the sort of things that you would write about in your answer. Okay, you would turn these into a long, short essay answer. Okay, are there any questions about this before we get off the graphs and onto essay structure? All right. All right, for those of you who are feeling a little bit sleepy, like Michael, okay, and you have 20 minutes to go. All right, so what we're going to
I'm
look
not
at
quite
now.
sleepy.
I'm just joking, Michael. I know you were still awake. That's good. All right, so what we're going to do now is a little bit of writing structure practice. Okay, Michael, seeing as I was just talking to you.
Yep.
All right, Michael, can you see the document on your screen now?
I can see it.
Yeah, so people think that the government should increase the cost of fuel for cars. Okay, so everybody, so this is a task 2 essay question, obviously. And this is one that asks you to give your opinion. So remember before I talked about the structure of essays, and here it is all written for you. Okay, remember you have an introduction, you maybe have 2 or maybe even 3 body paragraphs, just depending how many different things you can think of, but at least 2, all right, and you have a conclusion. So this is the first thing you would do before you start writing your essay. Okay, you make a plan. Because once you have a plan, then it's much easier to write the essay than trying to remember what your plan is halfway through. So maybe you spend 5 minutes even writing a plan and just thinking of answers to the question. So in this case, the introduction, all right, you usually paraphrase the first sentence, all right? Paraphrase, remember, means just to say the sentence in other words, using synonyms. All right, and then you decide what your opinion is. So you can see in this example, all right, the person who has written the plan says their opinion is that it's a useful measure, a good idea to increase the cost of fuel for cars, okay, but other ideas might be more effective, okay? Measures, in this case, is a synonym for ideas. Please tell me if you don't understand this. Measures is a synonym for ideas. Again, a useful academic synonym to know. All right, so in this person's plan, the introduction is going to be a paraphrase of this. And their opinion, they've decided, is going to be, yes, increasing the cost of fuel for cars is a useful measure or idea, but there are also other ideas. Okay, so their first paragraph is their first idea, okay, because what difference would increasing the cost of fuel for cars make? Well, it might limit the number of car journeys, means people use their car less, and the money raised, the money the government gets from raising the cost of fuel could be used to improve public transport. And another idea would be maybe more companies would send their products by rail. All right. Are there any questions about this so far? Because you're going to be doing this in just a moment. Both 1 and 2 would reduce vehicle emissions and also the greenhouse effect. That is their first paragraph. Then their notes for paragraph 2 are, what are the other ideas that might be more effective? A congestion charge. A congestion charge, by the way, is where you maybe have to pay money to drive into a certain part of the city. So thinking of Hanoi, maybe if you drive into the old quarter of Hanoi, you have to pay a toll or you have to pay a fee to drive your car into the old quarter. That money goes to the government and they can use it to improve public transport. All right. Another idea might be for the government to give everyone free bus and train passes, all right, which means that they will not use their cars very much. All right, so those are these person's ideas. Then all they've done in conclusion, all right, is basically repeat what they've already thought of here. And there you have it, just like that, your 250-word essay, the plan for, okay? You would take about 5 minutes to think of this, And you are all, I know, very clever, intelligent students. So I'm sure you would have no problem thinking of ideas for this. All right. So what we're going to do now for the next 15 minutes, all right. Remember, normally you will have 5 minutes to think of this in an exam, but I'm going to give you 15, all right, is to write an introduction, body paragraph 1, 2, and a conclusion for this topic. All right, so you can, I'm going to share this with you so you'll be able to write on the document. All right, so I want you to start off. I know we're not going to maybe finish all of this by past, but we are going to, but this is going to be your homework to finish this before the next lesson. All right, so I will share this with you now. Okay, hopefully chat will work this time. Remember, it didn't work last week. Okay, can everyone see this link in chat?
Yes, I can see it.
That's great. Thank you, Zungha. All right, so please click on the link and please start to write your plan. All right, to answer this essay question. All right, so there is, you can see here, this is a sample plan. All right, so you don't have to write complete sentences. What you are writing for yourself is notes.
Okay, teacher.
Yes, Mrs. Ha.
Yes, that means that today they have enough time to to make the plans only.
So this is also their homework.
Yes, I know this homework because now because the last one need to write in 1 minute, only 15 minutes. So yeah, about 20 minutes. But now
Yeah.
don't have a time, so just ask them to make plans.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is just to make the plan. So normally, of course, in the exam, they would have maybe 5 minutes to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, but I am giving them now the 15 minutes to do it. Actually, I will keep talking to them because we need to maybe discuss some of the ideas.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
better. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, everyone. So what we are going to do, so please let me see. Chao Giang.
Yes.
Yes,
Châu
can
Giang,
you,
not okay. Châu Giang.
Chao Gang, sorry.
Châu Giang.
Chao Gang?
Giang, yes, okay.
Okay. Chao Zhang.
Yes, okay, correctly. Thank you. Yeah.
Chao Zhang. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Châu Giang.
Chao Zhang, I'm very sorry. I have been mispronouncing your name all lesson. My mistake. I'm sorry. All right. Chao Zhang.
Yes.
Can you please read the question for me?
In some countries, young people have become richer, healthier, and live longer, but they are less happy. What are the causes? What can be done to address this situation?
Okay, so Chao Zhang, what do you think? What do you think are the causes of this? What is one cause? Can you think? So young people these days are less happy in some countries, particularly Western countries. Okay. Can you think of any reason, Chao Zhang?
So maybe the stress who they got is not become from money or health, but it's become maybe the culture or the traditional.
Okay, so there is some stress. Okay, All right, so that is one thing you can write down in your notes, right? Stress. Okay. Knock.
Yes.
Can you give me another cause? Can you think of one?
I think like there are too many problems that the youngsters today
Yeah.
have to cope with.
Yes. For example. For example.
For example, the pressures, the peer pressure, and
That's good. Yeah, this is good.
and also the pressures from the parents, and as well as the financial burden.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, excellent. You've got the start of your essay. So remember, the introduction is always a paraphrase, okay, of the question. That's right, isn't it, Knock? Hello, Knock.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so remember, your introduction is always includes a paraphrase, okay,
Yes.
of that first sentence. And then what would you say for the next sentence of your introduction? Remember, your introduction is only really 2 sentences. So your first section is the paraphrase.
And
what would you say for your second sentence? So you've already given me a couple of reasons, which is great, which you will look at as part of paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Okay, but what would you say in your first sentence of your second sentence of your introduction? What do you think?
in my opinion, I think I will summarize the ideas in the next 2 paragraphs.
So what would you actually say in your sentence, though?
So I will say that I'm going to discuss the reasons as well as the solutions to address these problems.
Okay, good. That's fine. Okay, that's good. That's very good. So for those of you, I hope you are listening to this, remember the first sentence of your introduction is a paraphrase, okay? Your second sentence is something like what Knock just says. I'm going to discuss the problems and solutions. All right, something like that. That's all you need for your introduction. Okay, then obviously in body paragraph 1, Michael, what would you put? Body paragraph 1.
I don't know. Body paragraph 1?
Yes. So for example, I think Knock was talking about peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure is one reason why young people in some countries are less happy. So in paragraph 1, say, peer pressure, you have thought of peer pressure as a reason why some people are unhappy. So, yeah, so you would need to give what? So you would need to say, all right, peer pressure is one reason why people are not happy.
So first of all,
yes, first of all, that's very good. Or I'm thinking of another way of starting the next sentence. Remember, you always need to give reasons or some evidence for your opinion. So what might your next sentence start with? What 2 words?
the causes.
Let me make this a little bit clearer. So you might say in your first sentence of your body paragraph, I think peer pressure is one reason why many young people these days are unhappy. And your next two words should be what?
Because
Can you tell me? I'm thinking of very two specific words. Okay, Michael, Zung Ha, can you tell me?
I cannot think of.
Okay, you can't think of two words. All right, Paula.
For example,
Yes, thank you, Paula. For example, okay, remember, if you go in these essays, you are going to give an opinion about something, and you need to have an example. All right, Paula, what would be an example of peer pressure off the top of your head?
you mean like at work, between colleagues?
Between colleagues? What about for young people, though? Because remember, this essay is about young people.
Oh, young people like students and youngsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, school, there are a lot of competitions in like academic performance.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pushed and often stressed out by
Yes. I think you're on the right idea. So, but that's not an example of peer pressure, is it? That's some pressure from maybe the school and teachers and their parents.
it's
But
like pressure from their friends.
from their friends, yeah. So you could say, for example, pressure from their friends to do well.
Yeah. Or
Maybe.
Yeah. Something like that.
Maybe something like that. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So I know I'm just asking you to think off the top of your head, okay, without thinking too hard. But you are correct. I hope everyone is listening to this. You need to give an example. So often your second sentence should start with those two words, for example. So your first sentence in paragraph 1 might be, I think one of the causes or one of the reasons young people are unhappy these days is peer pressure. For example, many students feel that they need to get good marks so they can keep up with their peers or they can keep up with their friends. All right, then in body paragraph 2, you would need to think of another cause or reason why young people might be unhappy. And one thing I can think of, sorry, I should ask, Hakan, can you think of any?
Any what?
Any reason why young people might be unhappy these days in some countries? Why might young people, even though they might be healthier and maybe a bit richer, why might they still be unhappy though?
Yeah, pressure and stress. I only think
The stress, yeah. Okay. How about this, Hakan? Because they look around and they see other young people have things they don't have. How about
so
that?
they become jealous.
Yes, exactly. Okay. They become jealous because they look around and they see, I don't know, someone has got a better motorcycle than they have. All right. Or someone has better clothes than they have. Even someone has, nicer shoes, more like brand shoes, celebrity brand shoes, and they don't. Okay, so they become jealous. So reason number 2 could be jealousy. And again, Hakan, what should the second sentence of paragraph 2 start with? What two words?
Well, you can do for example or
For
instance.
example, exactly. For example, or for
instance.
instance. Yes, or for instance, exactly. Okay, very good, Hakan. Okay, so everyone, that is the end of the lesson for today. I will just stop sharing with you. All right, can you please turn your cameras on? Michael, I always love to see your smile. Okay, you've got a
you.
fantastic smile, Michael, always. Zung Ha, you've frozen. Ah, now you're unfrozen. That's great. Thank you. I do Hakan. Okay, Chao Zhang. All right. Oh, Minduk, I didn't realize you were here. I'm sorry, Minduk. I didn't get the chance to talk to you. Okay, everyone. So your homework is to finish the plan for that essay. Mrs. Ha, where is she, Paula? Where's your mum?
She's teaching a class.
Oh, is she? Okay, so she's already teaching. So Paula, maybe you can help me with this. I had that in Google Docs. Okay, the question. All right. Can everyone see that still? So what I'm trying to do is I want everyone to see that sentence. Sorry, the sentence for the question 2. I might need to share it again with you. And so that then everyone can see the question that they have to write the introduction and the body paragraphs and the conclusion plan for. So I'm trying to think, what is the easiest way of doing that, Paula?
Share screen or
Yeah, so if I share the screen again,
you mean the homework?
yeah, the homework.
Yeah, we have the link on.
All right, so everyone already has the link, so you can use the
Yeah.
link to go back and do it again. That's what I wanted to check. All right, thank you, Paula. All right, I hope that makes sense to everyone. Okay, so next week, I want to see the plan you have all written. And again, remember, this shouldn't take you too long. In the actual exam, you'll only have 5 minutes to do this, 5 minutes. So you have to think quite fast and write a plan quite fast, all right? But as I say, at this stage, maybe you might like to spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes doing this plan. All right, are there any questions about that? Any questions? Okay. Again, it's past, so I will let you all go. I know you're all busy. I know some of you want to sleep. I know some of you have other things to do. All right. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, please. And I will look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Come earn, everyone, and have a happy day. I'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Mr. Rick.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.